Two men. Two men were jailed in the same cell. They were in the same conditions. But one of them was unhappy. And the other one was happy. Why are you so sad? A happy man asked unhappy man. What should I joy for? I am unlucky. Recently I was free and had a rest at the resort, and there, as you know, is more interesting than here. Unhappy man answered and asked a happy man, and why are you so satisfied? You see, a happy man said, recently I was in another prison, where the conditions are much worse, and there is just a resort for me here, compared to what it was. Many people want to get here, but I am the lucky one. Everything is relative and has to be learned in comparison. If you want to be happy, just compare your current position not with what is better, but with what would be worse. Never give up. Imagine you had a bank account that deposited $86,400 each morning. The account carries over no balance from day to day, allows you to keep no cash balance, and every evening cancels whatever part of the amount you had failed to use during the day. What would you do? Draw out every dollar each day. We all have such a bank. Its name is time. Every morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night it writes off, as lost, whatever time you have failed to use wisely. It carries over no balance from day to day. It allows no overdraft, so you can't borrow against yourself or use more time than you have. Each day, the account starts fresh. Each night, it destroys an unused time. If you fail to use the day's deposits, it's your loss and you can't appeal to get it back. There is never any borrowing time. You can't take a loan out on your time or against someone else's. The time you have is the time you have, and that is that. Time management is yours to decide how you spend the time, just as with money you decide how you spend the money. It is never the case of us not having enough time to do things, but the case of whether we want to do them and where they fall in our priorities. Moral of the story: never give up and always believe in yourself in spite of rejection. The interview. Once at an interview at a reputed business school, a panel of intelligent interviewers was taking interview of prospective students for admission in the school. When one of the prospective students entered the room and nervously sat on the chair in front of them, the panel said to the boy, "We shall either ask you 10 easy questions or one really difficult question. Choose carefully as it will determine your admission to the school." The boy thought for a while and answered, "I would like to answer one really difficult question." "Well, good luck to you, you have made your choice. Now answer us. What comes first, day or night?" The boy was jolted into reality as his admission depended on the correctness of his answer to this single question, but he thought for a while and said, "It's the day, sir." "How?" asked the interviewer. "Sorry, sir, you assured me that I do not need to answer the second difficult question." He was selected for admission. Technical skill is the mastery of complexity, while creativity is the mastery of presence of mind. The Miracle of $1.11. Tess was a precocious 8-year-old when she heard her mom and dad talking about her little brother, Andrew. All she knew was that he was very sick and they were completely out of money. They were moving to an apartment complex next month because Daddy didn't have the money for the doctor bills and our house. Only a very costly surgery could save him now, and it was looking like there was no one to loan them the money. She heard Daddy say to her tearful mother with whispered desperation, "Only a miracle can save him now." Tess went to her bedroom and pulled a glass jelly jar from its hiding place in the closet. She poured all the change out on the floor and counted it carefully. 3 times, even. The total had to be exactly perfect. No chance here for mistakes. Carefully placing the coins back in the jar and twisting on the cap, she slipped out the back door and made her way 6 blocks to Rexall's drugstore with the big red Indian chief sign above the door. She waited patiently for the pharmacist to give her some attention, but he was too busy at this moment. Tess twisted her feet to make a scuffing noise. Nothing. She cleared her throat with the most disgusting sound she could muster. No good. Finally, she took a quarter from her jar and banged it on the glass counter. That did it. And what do you want? The pharmacist asked in an annoyed tone of voice. I'm talking to my brother from Chicago whom I haven't seen in ages, he said without waiting for a reply to his question. Well, I want to talk to you about my brother, Tess answered back in the same annoyed tone. He's really, really sick, and I want to buy a miracle. I beg your pardon, said the pharmacist. His name is Andrew and he has something bad growing inside his head, and my daddy says only a miracle can save him now. So how much does a miracle cost? We don't sell miracles here, little girl. I'm sorry, but I can't help you, the pharmacist said, softening a little. Listen, I have the money to pay for it. If it isn't enough, I will get the rest. Just tell me how much it costs. The pharmacist's brother was a well-dressed man. He stooped down and asked the little girl, What kind of a miracle does your brother need? I don't know, Tess replied with her eyes welling up. I just know he's really sick and Mommy says he needs an operation. But my daddy can't pay for it, so I want to use my money. How much do you have? Asked the man from Chicago. $1.11, Tess answered barely audibly. And it's all the money I have, but I can get some more if I need to. Well, what a coincidence, smiled the man. $1.11, the exact price of a miracle for little brothers. He took her money in one hand and with the other hand he grasped her mitten and said, Take me to where you live. I want to see your brother and meet your parents. Let's see if I have the kind of miracle you need. That well-dressed man was Dr. Carlton Armstrong, a surgeon, specializing in neurosurgery. The operation was completed without charge and it wasn't long until Andrew was home again and doing well. Mom and Dad were happily talking about the chain of events that had led them to this place. That surgery, her mom whispered, was a real miracle. I wonder how much it would have cost? Tess smiled. She knew exactly how much a miracle cost, $1.11, plus the faith of a little child. Someone gains. After a feast, 2 cats see a piece of cake and start fighting for it. A monkey sees this as an opportunity for gain and offers to help them. Tame monkey divides the cake into 2 parts but shakes its head saying they are unequal. He takes a bite of one piece and then the other, but still finds them unequal. He continues doing so until there is no more cake left, leaving the poor cats disappointed. Moral: when you quarrel amongst house leaves, someone else gains from it.